Louisiana Beer Reviews, Goose Island Beer Company's Beer Hug, Tropical Beer Hug, Double Dry Hop, Double IPA, 9.9% alcohol, 45 IBUs, kind of low for an IPA, but that's the modern world. Never before saw this until I was on a road trip on Interstate Highway 40 in Tennessee, and I stopped at a Marathon gas station, and saw this in the store, in the convenience store part, and because I had to get gas. But I said, well, this is new. I'll check it out. It's best by the 10th of September 2021. It's got the shrink wrap label, plastic coating label. Double dry hop, double India Pale Ale, like I said, contains wheat. Brewed and packaged by Goose Island Beer Company in Chicago, Illinois. So this is, I guess, a Chicago-only production. We don't really get many of their beers around here anymore. There was a splash in around about 5 years ago, 2016, and you got the Honkers Ale. It's probably earlier than that, and the, of course, the Bourbon County Stout, and that wheat ale. And we still will have stores that sell the Goose Island IPA, but all of that faded, and I guess the sales performance wasn't so good around here. So you'll see it more not than more often, okay? So you really don't see Goose Island too much. But I think in other states further north, get a much wider variety. So I was glad to find this. They use Pilsner and Carahel malts. The hops are Azaka, Citra, Eureka, Mosaic, Nugget, Strata, and Sultana. I put those in alphabetical order. They weren't listed as such on the website. And it only comes, according to the website, in 19.2 ounce cans. It gets a very good score on Beer Advocate, 88 out of 100, with 28 check-ins. That's it. There's not even enough check-ins on Rate Beer to give it a score. It's saying NA. And a 77 out of 100 on Untapped with over nearly 3,500 check-ins, like 3488. So almost 3,500 check-ins there. Because you don't have to do a review on Untapped. Just slide the thing, click, and it's done. But on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, they want you to write. They really prefer you to write a well-thought-out written review. But people don't want to do that, so they just check it in and roll. Get that little badge. I got a badge. Okay. I'm not making fun of that too much. It's just that I don't know why you would want to earn a badge. I remember on Beer Advocate, I was like, oh, I'm a poobah. And I was so proud. And then I was thinking later, what does that even mean? Who cares? It's just it's like bait to get you to participate in their site. Black tab here on the can. But I didn't understand social media too well. I'm starting to understand it much better now in the last 4 years. A slightly off-white head, a hazy golden appearance. All right. So now I use social media, of course, but I don't fall for it anymore. I didn't necessarily understand the psychological manipulation aspects of it, the international finance capitalism approach to it. But anyway, you live and you learn. Hopefully you learn. It smells like a tropical, true story, meaning what? Fruity, wheat, infused, low bitter. I know it's going to be, you can't smell the bitterness, but it's going to be low bitter IPA. You heard that crackle? I think this can was I think it was $1.89. It was something deal like that where you bought, if you get 2 for 1 price, or it was cheaper if you bought, it was more expensive if you bought the single, but then when I calculated, it was like an 11-cent difference, and I said, I'm not doing that. Maybe it was $2.89. Oh, whatever it was, it wasn't too much because I wouldn't have bought it. Oh yeah, the aroma. Oh yeah, I did that. Getting discombobulated. No, it's not really. There isn't much aroma. A little wheat, really wheat more than barley, from what I'm perceiving. The flavor. Yeah, it's loaded with hops. All right, loaded with hops, and you get the resinness. We used to say 10 years ago, like pine oil with the West Coast, like pine sol, people would say, or turpentine. But now, they're more like a fruity, people say dank. A meatiness in a way. And this has a meatiness and a fleshiness, but not too bad, like in that harsh, unpleasant manner as you used to get in the old Voodoo. No. Scratch that. The old Ranger IPA, not Voodoo Ranger, but the Ranger series, which is largely gone now. The Voodoo Ranger really improved that. There is some of that. 45 IBUs, but it's the full 45 now, I have no doubt. It's going to be pretty bitter if you're not used to bitter beers. It's more bitter, in my assessment, or evaluation, or understanding, than the Goose Island IPA, or as it was called for a little while on the packaging, Goose IPA. Kept changing the packaging. That's an English style, so the bitterness would be low anyway. But this one seems to be a little more harsh bitterness. So it's the full 45 IBUs, and it's a little ragged. A little. Surprisingly, really. I thought it was just going to be drab. It's not drab. Medium body, mostly dry finish, and a bitterness throughout. Now people might say, well, yeah, but the question is, does it taste good? Forget the drab, exciting and new, or is it low, low fidelity or high fidelity and all of that? Is it an upbeat beer or downbeat beer? I guess it's more on the upbeat side. I always said beers are either upbeat or downbeat. Cyclops scale, it's got a pretty good amount of sugariness that you don't perceive so much because of the bitterness, but I guess it's 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. And 4 out of 5 hop cones really on the Cyclops scale. Bear hug, maybe more like a bear scratch, a bear mauling. You've got mauled. The taste is interesting, good. See, I'm having trouble with it. I don't double dry hop. Sometimes double dry hop beers in general just seem to kind of not sit so well with me. And that's perhaps not a quality control issue, it's a me problem. I don't know. 9.9. Boy, this is a knockout beer. You drink this whole thing, you'd be slurring and whatnot. But I can feel it already. It's there. Honestly, and I like to be mostly 5.8 for the Goose Island IPA. I think Goose Island IPA is a lot nicer product, and that one gets a lot of hate, castigation and whatnot. People will tear it down, and I do believe that probably is related to who the ultimate owner of the company is. You've been seeing a lot of targeting against it for the last 10 years, since 2011. And people ask me, don't you find it's gone down since the buyout? And I tell them I wouldn't be able to comment to that effect, because I never once in my life tried a Goose Island Ale until after the buyout because they weren't sold here. It's limited now, but it was 0% availability before the buyout. So I can't complain because I didn't get, I had no access to it. And was generally unaware of it. I had heard some things about Bourbon County, but not really much. Tell you the truth. Okay, enough hemming and hawing, but I'm trying to figure it out. Do I like it? Do I think it's a well-made product? It has some sort of strange meatiness to it. You say meat, you mean like actual meat that you would eat from a pan or a grill? It does. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's all right. The bitterness is much more profound than I had ever imagined. But IBUs can be a tricky thing, a tricky thing. You can get a beer that's 102 IBUs, and you'd be thinking you've gone hop stupid, and it won't seem too bitter. It seem malty, but it won't seem bitter. It'll just be more like sweet bread. And then you get some India Pale Ales like this, 9.9. Hey, well, hey. But then you get some like this that are mathematically on the gauge low, relatively low IBUs, but they'll come across much stronger. So that's an oddity or a confusing thing. But to me, and you could do your own review, and if you do, I'll watch it. I really will. And if I like your channel and I think you're doing a good job, I'll subscribe. I think it's good, but I wouldn't go with Beer Advocate saying very good. I don't think it's very good. I just think it's good. So more like an 84 out of 100. It's a good ale, but I wouldn't go higher than that. Now, to be fair, should I do multiple reviews and revisits and all of that? I should, but I can't get any more. I'm not driving all the way to nearly Bristol, Tennessee to get it, or Jonesboro, no, Johnsonville after Andrew Johnson. Yeah, I'm not going all the way to Central East Tennessee or East Central Tennessee to get, or I guess that's Eastern Tennessee. I don't know my regions of Tennessee so well. To get it, how you say that word? Get, G-E-T, get it, to get it, what they call that. Do we get a lot of 19.2 ounce IPAs around here? We do get them. I'm sorry, get at them. We get Voodoo Ranger. We get Hazy Voodoo Ranger. Easy as pie, right there on Louisiana Highway 3188 at Circle K. Which I think are better than this, but anyway, it's a personal preference issue in some ways. I don't know if the quality is super terrific on it. What do I know for quality? But I mean, I would recommend it if you're on a road trip and you go in a convenience store at a Marathon gas station and they have it. I should have bought two, the two for price. Now I regret that. So yeah, get the two for. Why not? Heck, we talking about pennies on the dollar. Yeah, get the two for. I just didn't know how to approach it, but yeah, it's good. An 84 out of 100, which isn't saying too much, really. But anyway, Lazy LA, Bon Ton Relay, a good. Thank you, Frog, Freddie the Frog out there. A good ale, and anyway, I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all go to Chicago and tour the Goose Island Brewery. Now, I don't know how it would pair with this Southgate canned chopped chicken with the Valentina extra hot sauce from Guadalajara, Mexico. But I don't think it may not enhance it, but it won't hurt it. And with this high ABV, it probably helped me put some food in me body. Pairs okay. I think it might pair better with liverwurst. Still go with the hot sausage. I mean the, wow, 9.9. Okay, the hot sauce. Well, that's to be debated as well. Well, anyway, I'm glad I tried it. Certainly glad I tried it.